Alright guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at part number 1, and this will be our first part from our advanced flat parts. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Otherwise, if I head back into the program here, now, like I mentioned, this is going to be our first part from our advanced part. If you just joined us for our intermediate parts, you will notice that the canvas is feeling rather empty. And yeah, so now let's see how many of these advanced ones we're going to cover. But yeah, the first one is the first part on the actual flat part. So if we go to flat parts, we can see here P1 for part 1. Click that. And then as you can see over here, we've got 5 settings we can set. And if I zoom in here on a little preview, we can see the little diagrams explain to us what does what. Now, some of these advanced things is a bit hard to read because of all the information. So I'm just going to quickly break it down for you guys so you have a good understanding of what's what. So now, first of all, we've got D1, which is the diameter of the overall circle. So the large circle on the outside, that is D1. Then we've got D2. This will pretty much be the space between the little circles, or how can I say it, how far these little circles are from the side, but spacing the insides of them. I'll show you guys a quick example as well once we're done here. Then D3 is the actual size of the circles inside, the cutouts. Then we've got U, which is kind of the rotation and degrees of these circles, like where they're going to be placed. I'll explain that as well, or show a demonstration. And then we've got NH6, which in our case is for the number of amount. So here on the right, we're going to start with D1, which I mentioned is the overall diameter. So let's go 300. Then next up, we've got D2. So this will be the spacing between these circles, or not between them, rather how far they're from the side. But in order to do that, I'm first going to set the actual circle size. So I'm going to make them 50. And then make this one 150, so you can see that with this setting it should in essence take the circle right to the edge, which you wouldn't want an actual design, but just to show you with measurements. Okay, wait, let's try that again, see if I missed something. 300. Okay, so this one should be 250. There we go. So as you can see, this thing is right on the edge because we left no space. So in a real scenario, I would obviously add a bit of space here, so we'll maybe make this 200. Preview it. There we go. Now we know we've got 200 spacing between the circles in the center, and then we've got overall 300, and the 50 is our actual shape. Now next up here, let's look at a number. So I'm going to set this to 2 just so that it makes sense when we set the rotation. Go to preview. Now we can see it aligns them exactly opposite. So if I had to add 3, we'd start spacing them 4, space them across. So now if we set the U, which is the degree amount, so let's go 45, at the moment so on 0. So now you can see instead of running horizontally, now it runs in a 45-degree angle. So yeah, that is it basically on the part 1. Like I said, it's a bit more advanced, but just a quick recap. So D is for setting the width, D2 is for setting the distance between these circles on a horizontal and vertical plane. Then we've got the D3, which is the actual size of the cutout circles. And then we've got NH, which is the number of circles you want to add. And then U for the amount of degrees you want to turn it in. Obviously, the U becomes less important the more you have, or the more cutouts you have. So then with that, I'm just going to say, okay, let's add 1. And then we quickly just throw this onto our canvas. So we've got it here. Here we go. Part 1 of first advanced part. Otherwise, if we head to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search here on the top right. If you do not, however, find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request a training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.